Oh, fuck.
Like that music. Look at this guy.
Somebody's ready.
Well,
all right. We are
Jeff.
here. Beers and Bets. Week
The
8
hell-
preview.
What the hell's going on over there, man?
I'm Roy Munson.
Captain Hook?
Yep. No, Roy Munson.
Who's
Kingpin.
that? Oh.
If you haven't seen the movie Kingpin, it's one of my top 5 comedies of all time.
I would agree. I'd check it out. Maybe not top 5, but it's good.
Didn't we have a Munson burner in the chemistry class at Parkway South?
Yeah, I think it is called a Munson burner.
It's with a
frying
B.
an egg on a Munson burner in that class.
Might be with a B.
A Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
No,
That's probably. I think I was in that class with you.
You fucking idiots.
Maybe, do I? Crack an egg.
You guys are torturing poor Miss Doty, calling it a Bunsen burner. It's a goddamn Bunsen burner.
It is a Munson burner. That's where that guy probably went to kill people.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
Movie, and he's a Mormon.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Bill Murray, Randy Quaid, and Woody Harrelson. It's hard to go wrong with those.
It's a low-budget, funny movie from the 90s.
So we're close to the halfway point of the NFL season. Let's try to predict the number 1 seed in each conference here. All right. Let's start off with the AFC, because I think this one's a little bit tougher to narrow it down than it is the NFC. Or actually vice versa. I have Munson out in the middle of nowhere on that one. The AFC, there's less teams at the top
Munson.
than the NFC.
You're on the Munson burner for that.
Let's start with the AFC. Brad, you start us off here. Who do you got taking home the number 1 seed?
I like, shocker to anybody, the Ravens. I think the bye week came at the absolute perfect time for them after getting your ass kicked like they did against the Bengals.
All right.
I think they clearly showed a weakness, that I've brought up before, that just the passing defense is not there. And the more scary part is the guy who I've always kind of hyped up, Marlon Humphreys, as an elite corner, got absolutely torched the entire game. But, the schedule, it's not that bad when you look at the only teams that are really vertical offenses that they struggle with. It's the Bengals again, the Rams, and the Packers. So that's why I like them for the number 1, just because I think against a run team, they still outclass anybody. Like Tennessee wishes they were the Ravens, I think, in terms of just efficiency. Not that Derrick Henry isn't better than anybody they have. But again, you look at in the AFC with the passing offense, it's the Chiefs, Bengals, and the Raiders. I mean, they already beat the shit out of the Chargers 34-7. So you're really looking at, they
still got the Chiefs. They still got the Chiefs left to play.
No.
I
was just more looking forward into the playoffs almost even.
Okay.
I think there's a clear cut style of football that they can't compete with, and it's kind of Tampa Bay. It's a lot of those teams with 3+ vertical receivers, and they just don't have the capability to hang with them.
Yeah, that's right. They already beat the Chiefs early in the season, week 3, week 4, somewhere in there. They won a close night game.
Yes, it wasn't like complete, where they completely dominated the Chargers, where I'd welcome playing them again. It'd be an easy win. But the Chiefs, I just feel like at some point they get right. I'd still be afraid of that passing attack.
The offense.
But I like the Ravens. I don't know. I think, it's elite run game and elite run defense, and hopefully that works.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's tough to pick because I would argue the AFC North is the best division in football with how the Bengals have stepped into that division.
So hard to take you seriously.
No, but you look at the Bengals. The Bengals are off to a 5-2 start. Same record as the Ravens. And then they also got the Browns in that division, which I could see the Browns falling off as the season goes along, but it's still they're no walkover. And then the Steelers are at the bottom of that division. That's probably the best 4th place team in any division, the Steelers. And I am down on them, but if you look at the Steelers and say they're at the lowest team in that division, that's a pretty strong one. So That's what makes it tough on them.
The only difference I feel like is with that mix, the Browns are really the only other team that has kind of that elite run defense that could match up with Lamar. But again, he's such a weird matchup, and maybe I'm going heart over head, which is probably true here. But I feel like, if he gets them to the playoffs in this seed, he's the 1 seed no matter what the MVP no matter what.
Yeah.
The
and Lamar, his regular season record is something incredible. It's something like, 21-4 in the regular season. It's I'm throwing a number out there, but he has been incredible in the regular season.
You're saying.
It's weird to think of him like Peyton because you never would, but in that
right.
way, the regular season, Peyton
dominates the regular season.
And it's tough in that division to dominate in that division regular season even. Like that's something fucking that's a good division, man.
I can't wait for that next Bengals Ravens game.
Yeah.
That'll be
really, I think that'd be fun if I was a Ravens fan.
That is week 16.
16, okay.
Shit.
Christmas weekend.
Oh man.
Big matchup.
What day is Christmas on? What day of the week?
Oh, I believe Christmas will fall on a Saturday.
Nice.
And this game is on a Sunday.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Well, I know I probably have like the least likely of the three of us with the number 1 seed.
You definitely have the long shot if we're talking odds. Yep.
Jimmy,
why don't you take it away with your pick for number 1 seed in the AFC?
Assholes, but that's
tit man. Going with the tits. I love them, dude.
All right.
Yeah. They don't have a bad run going forward, dude. So they got at Indy on Sunday. Then they got the Rams. Now those are tough. All right, that's fine. Then they got New Orleans at home, Houston at home, at New England, then Jacksonville at Pittsburgh, San Fran, Miami, and Houston. They get Houston twice later in the year. They should be able to run through them. They get Miami late in the year, which is going to be big because if they're trying to fight for that spot late in the year, dude, they have San Fran, Miami, and Houston to finish their year off.
That's a good last 3 games.
They can lock up a number 1 seed with that easily if they haven't done it. Or, you know what I mean? Like if they're on the border, well, I don't know if every team's going to get that much of a layup. So, yeah, I like him. And that Derrick Henry, dude. I mean, you got like, and I bought into it like with you because I don't pay as much attention in the offseason, but they had lost, like you guys said, a lot of guys in the secondary and they've looked like the Titans, man. Vrabel, he's able to fucking, I don't know. He's a good coach and they have a perfect formula for playoff football.
They did lose to the Jets, but then they follow up a loss to the Jets by beating the Chiefs or the Bills and then the Chiefs.
And beating the shit out of it.
Weird things happen in the NFL.
In my eyes, I look at them as kind of a similar version of the Ravens, but with probably a better schedule.
Yeah.
A worse defense, but a much easier schedule where they won't be taking advantage of.
But it's just very comparable teams compared to the rest.
Yep. And,
does that secondary worry you though at all? I mean, I know I just talked about my
Ravens definitely does.
As a one.
Like even this upcoming Sunday against the Colts, the Titans defense just concerns me. I could see them any week giving up 30. I know they held the Chiefs to 3, but that's 1 week, man. That was
the lack of pass.
That was a mess of a game.
Yeah, it was a mess of. How about when fucking Patrick Mahomes took a knee to the face, dude? Oh I was the happiest I've ever been.
It was. He should have been out of the game by then, just based on the fact that they had no chance. But I'm
happy at week 8. None of us are bringing up the Chiefs. I can guarantee it. I haven't heard Matt's yet that none of us are picking the Chiefs as the number 1 seed.
I mean,
so that's a
they could win out and probably still wouldn't get the number 1 seed.
No, they won't.
Right,
Yeah.
So
and they're not winning out. That's for damn.
I'd agree.
Yep. And so, the Titans. You'd almost say they're a lock to win that division. The Colts could fight them for it if they fall apart, or if Derrick Henry misses, say, 3 weeks. The Colts could creep back into that AFC South.
Yeah, if Henry gets hurt.
But I see them as almost a sure thing to win their division. And then given the fact that they've already beat 2 of the toughest teams on their schedule in the Bills and the Chiefs, particularly the Bills, they got a good shot at the number 1 seed. I see them being in contention for this coming down the home stretch.
It'll be a big game on Sunday and Indy.
Yep.
That is.
Yep.
Is
we'll
that
talk
the
a
first
little
time
bit more about
played
that
this
one.
Year? I don't
it's
know
the second. The Titans already beat them once.
Okay. So
and this one's in Indy. So this
even
is
if you go 500 with your biggest rival in the division,
Yep.
You know, when I was glancing at their schedule, I don't love the team, but I love the schedule to get to one.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
You got to just win. Yeah, they got the Rams, and then you're kind of on.
Yeah.
Well,
and even if you lose
Henry,
the big boy, yeah, you still have Tannehill in that passing game.
Yeah. All right. Good case. I will take what most people would view as the favorite here, and that's the Buffalo Bills. And I think it's pretty simple. Talent-wise, they're the best team in the conference. I think it's hard to argue that. On both sides of the ball, they have more good players than any other team that rivals them. And then you look at their next 3 games versus the Dolphins, the Jags, and the Jets. So you could almost guarantee they're going to win those next 3. They'll be 7-2. Every other team in the conference has 2 losses already. It's likely that all of them will have lost another in the next 3-game stretch. And then you look at their last 4 games of the season. It's Panthers, Patriots, Falcons, and Jets. So those are 2 very easy stretches in the Bills' schedule. There's one game I can see on their schedule where they're going to be underdogs, and that's at Tampa in Week 14. And other than that, they're going to be
a good game.
They're going to be.
I don't know if you remember, I talked about
favorites.
that in our last podcast, saying that's probably the game of the year. And
Yeah.
that's the only game the Bucs
Thanksgiving
and the
week?
Bills are going to lose.
It's not Thanksgiving weekend because
No.
Thanksgiving weekend, I know the Bucks are in Indy, so it's probably the week after Thanksgiving is what it is.
It's the 12th.
It's 2 weeks after Thanksgiving.
It's the 12th of December.
Yeah,
so it's mid-December.
And it kind of goes with the team I picked too, Matt. Like the only thing with that is like when you have that layup of an end of the season, you almost want to be the wild card, like a number 1 seed in a lot of cases. Like the bye,
I would want to be the number 1 seed nowadays.
Now you want,
Well, especially with the regular season.
You know what I'm saying?
Too.
Like it doesn't hurt to be hot going in either. Those years when the Colts they pulled all their starters and shit, and they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I think now that there's only 1 bye in each conference, it's so much different now. You get a free win going into the playoffs that nobody else gets.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
I think it depends on the team. I think some teams want to keep.
The only danger of the runaway, which I do agree, is if you get the bye and you're already sitting all your starters week. I guess now it's 18.
Right, dude. Yeah.
So now you're looking at
a month of not really playing,
and you haven't done that in
exactly.
Forever.
That's my point, man. It's like
a bye week's great, but 2 is weird.
But yeah, you want to get out there and hit somebody, especially a defender, dude. Like think about you're trying to go up against your guys in practice. You're not going to lay them out.
No,
that's what but in
you
practice,
probably don't even go full pads.
That's
right?
what I mean. You don't,
Yeah.
especially in today NFL. Like, dude, you're not doing that shit. So
the other danger of that is if you're the number 1 seed in the AFC and the Chiefs end up being the 7 seed, and the Chiefs are coming to town after you've been on a bye week, and the pressure of you being the number 1 seed
me this
year.
Exactly.
But things could change. We're so many weeks away.
They could. We're not even halfway.
Yep.
It's crazy we're at week 8, but fuck.
Oh God, they look bad. It is a beautiful.
They do. Right now they
enjoy
suck.
it.
Let's move to the NFC here. I'll keep rolling here and I'll take my pick. I'm going to be a homer and go with the Buccaneers, but it is the correct choice. They're the best team in the NFL right now. Their schedule looks so easy. 4 of the next 5 are on the road, but the toughest one is this Sunday against the Saints. So you get through this Sunday against the Saints, you're probably going to win all the way up until at least Thanksgiving weekend when you play the Colts is your next real battle. So I'm looking at the schedule. I see at the very worst 12-4 and at the very best 15-2. And I think 15-2 or 14-3 for this team isn't like a super ballsy pick. I could definitely see this team doing it. And really, I just think Tom Brady wants the number 1 seed, and Tommy gets what he wants.
That is the fucking truth there,
so
man.
I think they'll get it done. I see them being the number 1 seed in the NFC this year. You'd be hard pressed to tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brad. Tell me.
Yeah, you got it.
Tell me.
Well, it's just with the Bucks. You're already banged up in the secondary. you got that old D line, with the extra game that could like Sue's 34, JPP's 32. They're not young anymore. JPP's only got like 3 fingers on the one.
But they are man against boys on the fucking D line. They just
on the
boss
D line
people around.
But again, they're one injury away at a lot of spots. I think Devin White is highly overrated. I mean, I was looking at some.
He makes mistakes. He makes plenty of mistakes.
Focus, how they score everybody 0 to 100. He scored out at a 43 last year. I didn't get access to this year because it wasn't free. But last year, the whole season, 43.3. I mean, that's not a startable player.
No,
that's a
I know.
Team
I watch every play. I see it happen.
Right. So
he was incredible in the playoffs last year and probably the last 3 or 4 games of the regular season. But he did make mistakes on a weekly basis. The first 10 games of last year, he made big mistakes.
And I mean, I'm
nitpicking
here. This is probably the biggest juggernaut we've seen in a while. So I don't know if they'll get the 1 seed, but I wouldn't want to play against them.
You don't like
you
the
think
Bucks.
they win both? You think they win both games against New Orleans, Matt, or do you think they split them? I feel like they're going to split.
I mean, I think this Sunday's a tough, low-scoring game. We'll get more into detail about it later.
Okay,
I couldn't confidently say that they're going to
win
beat the Saints both games.
No,
the Saints defense knows enough about
us. They know
us.
them too well. Yep. Yeah, it's a good game. Yeah, it'll be really. I'm glad they waited late in the year for those two to play twice.
It was the opposite last year. They played 2 out of the first 8 weeks last year.
Yeah.
And then we beat their ass in the playoffs.
Breeze or Brady would be hurt, or Breeze would be hurt.
Yeah, they were
trying to get him.
And they were they had all the records lined up where Breeze and Brady were breaking the same record in each game. That's all it was.
Yeah. Of course.
So, Brad, you don't like the Bucks. Who do you like in the NFC?
Strictly because we kind of emphasize this 1-seeded schedule. I'm loving the Cowboys. They're 5-1. They're, we talked about the Bucks, but the Cowboys are probably the best offense in the league. They're well-rounded for the playoffs. I mean, 2nd in the run, 5th in the pass on offense. I don't know. With Zeke and Pollard, this O-line is just now getting healthy. And then you look at the defense, it's young and getting better. I mean, Micah Parsons is probably the rookie of the year, and Trayvon Diggs, he's 2nd in defensive player of the year behind Garrett. He's at a pick in every game.
I would actually have him 1st right now.
Yeah.
Really? Well, I don't think it'll hold up.
He is 2nd, but
in odds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really just think it's a lot of people hate the Cowboys, but they're fucking good. Yeah. And they're really built for playoff football for once.
Yeah. You talked about their running backs. You like Zeke and Tony Pollard over Fournette and Ronald Jones?
A little bit. Neither of them are my favorite duo. Neither of them are my favorite duo. But
what year did Fournette get drafted?
2014 is my guess. Yep.
When did Zeke get drafted?
2017, 2016?
16 maybe, right around. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are both guesses. Check my facts. Gramsci. Come on.
Damn it,
whatever.
These are facts I need going into the podcast.
I mean, when I look at their schedule, they're coming off their bye. The Cowboys, they're in Minnesota. So that's not a gimme, but again, it's not a tough game at all.
I don't know.
I think it is.
At Kansas City, and then you look at the rest of the schedule. It's Arizona, week 17, but they get them at home.
Yeah.
So they're not getting tested a lot. I like their schedule.
Everybody else in their division, I wouldn't be surprised if they go undefeated in their division, which really helps.
Yeah.
And the one thing you do got to think about, if the Cowboys and Bucks end up with the same record, the Bucks are going to get the 1 seed based on their week 1 game that the Bucks won.
Right.
So, all right. I don't mind that pick. I like the way the Cowboys have looked this year. It'd be hard not to. Jimmy, your pick for the NFC. I've kind of
pounded that rock on the Cowboys for a while now.
Yeah.
Pound the rock.
Hey, 162 a game, baby. That's pounding the rock.
Arizona Super Cardinals, man. And simply because they have the wins they have right now and other teams don't, they're and tonight and even to help that cause, man, they're catching a great team on a horrible, the worst luck you could ever have night. And so
home game on Thursday night isn't even
And
Yeah.
against the team that they're going to
With no
see it again.
receivers.
I think they're
Yeah.
going to see him again in the playoffs, but they're getting the benefit of them having nobody at home. Dude, it's like, yeah, and that's just one though that they're going to put on their season resume as a win that they had, and it will be important when we're talking about playoff seeding and all that kind of shit, dude. And Green Bay and the Bucs are going to be those top teams, and I think the Cardinals have the easier run towards the end of the season. It looks like they only have the Rams one more time, right? So
That's right.
yeah, so I mean, it's not that if they can beat the Packers tonight, they're putting themselves in a great spot to be the number one seed, because they got Green Bay tonight, then San Fran, who is a mess. Carolina, Seattle, at Seattle. I don't know if Russ will be back for that week 11. Then they get a bye in week 12, which again is huge, because even if they've lost a game by that point, they're going to have time to regroup and kind of get it, you know what I mean, focus again. And then you come out, it's a great time for a bye week, I think, week 12.
Yeah. If you just look at it in numbers of like wins you're going to need to win the number one seed, let's assume the Cardinals win tonight. They will be 8-0 with 9 games remaining. So if they win 5, even if they win only 5 of the last 9, that's 13 wins right there, dude.
Yeah.
13-4 is an incredible record.
Yeah.
That might be enough to get you a number one seed.
And if it comes down to it, the Packers, you know, this could be tonight. I mean, and if Aaron Rodgers, dude, though, who knows? He could pull something out of his ass. We know that.
Wouldn't be surprised.
No. And I don't really think that should hurt their resume either if that were to happen, because it is Aaron Rodgers. I know they shouldn't lose this game, but it's fucking Aaron Rodgers. If they lose tonight, they're going to be ripped upon by, you know, people are going to say, we told you, and they couldn't even.
It'll raise all kinds of questions.
Exactly.
I think.
But I think it's a Thursday night game, dude. We've seen history. I mean, the Thursday night game. But, dude,
when you guys hear J.J. Watt's probably out for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised he played as long as he has.
I just never really liked that guy. I mean, he was incredible for a 4 or 5 year stretch.
He's very productive when healthy.
That's the key, dude. He had that one great rookie year when he did play like every game, and after that,
and then he had the 1 year he was healthy, and I think, you know, like defensive player of the year. But outside of those two,
he was catching touchdowns and shit.
Yeah,
that's why I only do push-ups every other day, because you start being a workout warrior like that, your elasticity just goes out the wire. You know,
you're following the Tom Brady workouts.
You can't even. I bet you J.J. Watt can't even throw a bowling ball with this.
Is that what he uses in the movie?
Amateur.
He has a rubber hand that goes over the hook.
Oh, nice.
They call him the Rubber Man. He gets a sponsor with Trojan condoms.
I got
fucking Rubber Man.
I've tried that damn movie. I just haven't.
Try it again, man. I swear, it's really
will.
good. The
I like
acting
Randy
is
Quaid.
incredible.
This one here is Lakin.
It's not terrible at all.
Come on,
that's
boy.
enough. That's enough on number
Let's go
one
find your
seed.
sister.
That's enough time.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our week 8 picks, starting with tonight's game. Packers at Cardinals. The line moved from Cardinals by 4.5. Now it's at Cardinals by 6.5. When I checked,
I even saw 7 on my bookie.
Up to or 7 now. Okay, I'm going to put it at 6.5. That's what I checked it at when I made all my notes.
That's fine.
Let's say Cardinals 6 are favored by 6.5. I got an over under of 50.5. Jimmy, start us off with your pick. What are you feeling tonight?
Packers plus 6.5.
Plus 6.5.
And the over.
And the over 50.5.
There's going to be a guy tonight that we've never heard of that's going to light it up for the Packers, dude. He's going to have like 2 touchdowns. It'll be some guy. I don't know, dude.
I think he's out too.
Wow.
Hot man, Ben.
No, it's MVS, Lazard, and Adams. But I don't know if they're trusting him even. So
Equinemius St. Brown is our guy tonight.
No, not at all.
The guy.
It's all about Randall Cobb and Amari Rodgers tonight.
Well, all right. Well, then I haven't heard of Amari Rodgers, so that
he's a rookie, isn't he?
He's their 3rd round draft pick out of Clemson.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
he had like 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Oh.
No, I remember that. I remember him now from draft day. I just don't. Yeah. I wasn't thinking about that going into this week. I haven't seen him all season
much yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Brad. So you like the Clemson rookie wide receiver? Are you taking the Packers this game, or you got other thoughts?
I'm just taking the over. I'm taking the over. I actually had it at 51, so I'll take 50 happily.
50.5 is what I got.
Whatever.
That's my
Same
bet as
fucking
well.
difference. Yeah, I'm just taking the over. I don't have faith in the Cardinals defense that much, and I maybe stupidly believe in Rodgers when it seems like LaFleur takes the ball out of his hands a lot. But the strength of that Packers offense tonight is going to be AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And they use them both pretty well. They've done it before with Jamal and Jones. So
that's who I was thinking of, right? That's the running back they drafted.
yeah, the
That's
big
who the
last
Packers
year.
drafted in the third
Big
round
old fucker,
when they got Love or whatever.
It was Jordan Love. Then they picked up AJ Dillon in the second.
Dillon.
That's
third.
where I was fucking thinking of.
He's
that.
a big dude. Yeah.
I could beat his ass. All right. I am
You
also
don't do push-ups every day. He just crush you.
I am also on the over 50.5.
Oh, that's boring.
These Thursday night games, I know, but it's what I already had in my notes. Short preparation on a Thursday night game. Green Bay's defensive coordinator will not be at the game tonight. He's out with COVID. And Green Bay, I think, will be kind of tough to predict what they're going to do with Devontae Adams out. You know, with Devontae in there, you can focus on stopping him and deal with everything else. But when you, on any given play, you don't know where the hell it's going. Sometimes when the main focus of an offense is out of the game, it makes it difficult on the defense to like key in on certain things. And it's just more difficult to defend every player instead of focusing on one. So that's why I'm taking the over here.
Bunch of bullshit, man. This could be the fucking highlight of the year.
It's too bad.
These two receivers going
on Monday. If you would have asked us about this game, we're so excited because I don't think he was diagnosed yet. Maybe Devontae.
He's vaccinated, right?
The entire Packers team, they're 100% vaccinated. Yeah, every player is vaccinated.
So they can't spread it then, right?
Well, the only issue
you
is
can
you have to have two.
Just don't sneeze, man.
Yeah.
Like I haven't sneezed. I don't think I've sneezed yet today.
But you said this is going to ruin like what could potentially be the game of the year. Everybody was saying that when it was Brady versus Rodgers last year, and the Bucks beat them like 40-3.
Best game of the week.
No, but a receiver matchup too, like just like between Adams and DeAndre. It's just a cool showdown of like two guys that right now are kind of at the top of their game. And it would have been a fun matchup, just I think for NFL fans. It was really cool. It's a shame because of COVID, this game wasn't the Thursday or the Sunday or Monday night or just a Sunday game in general. Yeah. Because by then they probably would have been allowed to play, I'm sure.
Robert Tonyan isn't enough to get you excited?
I really think it's going to be Amari Rodgers. I think we're going to hear his name tonight.
That's a bold pick. I'm going to actually, when we close out here, I might go check on some odds for some player props on Amari. Let's move on, though. That's enough. That's enough time spent on Thursday night football. Yeah. Moving on. The best noon game I saw was Titans at Colts. Colts are favored by 1.5. Which I don't necessarily agree with the line.
This is the one of the week. Yeah. As I was typing my shit out, I'm like, this is the one we always talk about every week. Vegas has a weird line.
Yeah. I thought it was a weird line, and that's part of my reasoning. But the other part of the reasoning is the Titans already beat the Colts once. Now the Colts have them at home, where the Colts are kind of backed up against the wall this game. They really need it to stay in contention for the division. So I'm just going to take the Colts favored by 1.5 at home. I don't even feel great about it. The Colts need it that bad. It's just one of those games. I'm going to go with the home team. Jimmy?
Yeah, what do you got? I'm looking at it. It's a high over. I have it at 51.5 from Bovada earlier.
Colts defense is pretty decent too.
No, they are. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a high over for a game like this. I'm going to take Tennessee just money line. It was even.
Okay.
Because it's plus 1.5.
Yeah,
but if it's
that's
even,
fine.
I don't think I'm.
Yep.
I had
you don't want to take the 1.5?
I mean, Titans
lose by 1.
I just feel lamer doing that, like because it's you know what I
take
mean?
it because I know we talked about last time we did our picks. Just go like no money lines. I thought.
Well, you can't take a money line favorite, so he wasn't taking a money line favorite,
right? And I don't.
But you might as well just take the 1.5.
All right, I'll do it.
Just in case, man.
if it was even, I was like, that's cutting it close
Yeah.
anyway. I didn't want to do something because I feel like we're so bad at these. We're gonna start just doing like the money line. To
no,
get 'em.
I
we've
like.
I
gotten
have a
better.
few money lines in this.
But we're
agree
not
with
allowed
you,
to
though.
pick money line favorites.
Yeah,
I'm just
favorite,
letting
that's
that be
fine.
known.
I do
Yeah.
agree with you. I like the 1.5 for Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah.
they're not getting love on the road. I mean,
I
they
just
beat.
think it's gonna be. I think, to be honest, dude, I hope I think the Colts might win this game. The pick I want to do is that, but I think the Colts could win this game, dude, for sure. The
Yeah.
money line on that and the points is just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take the
Well,
points.
and it might expose that Tennessee
Or even.
defense. We'll see. Because
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
a-
think they're going to slow the game
it
down.
is
for
interesting. You're going to
Tennessee
see
a
the top 2 rushers in the league right now go head to head.
little. Yeah.
So that will
We'll
be
see which team
Again,
wants to
I
play.
think you're being dismissive of Leonard Fournette.
Well,
Why
dude,
do you
and
keep
like,
bringing
no,
him
well,
up?
dude,
Like
I
I
mean,
wish I had
Melvin
an edit
Gordon's
feature. I
killing
just
it,
edit
dude.
this 5 seconds out.
Melvin
every time.
Gordon's
Just
fucking
clip.
killing it, and you guys don't even
Yeah.
bring him up. I don't really get that, dude.
All right. So, Brad,
Yeah,
you
well-
got Titans plus the point and a
Plus
half as
1.5.
well.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we can squeeze one more game in this segment here. We got
Yep.
Steelers at Browns. Browns are favored by 3.5. From what I've heard, Baker's going to try to play, which I kind of like if I'm a Steelers fan, to be quite honest. So, Jimmy, you're kind of a semi-Browns guy, so you start us off with this one.
All right, let me preface, dude. If he's playing, let's just go with he's playing. Is
He's
that
probably
fair?
not. I think
He's not playing.
personally, I don't think he's playing.
I've heard both. I've looked at
Yeah.
up until kind of when we started tonight. Fuck it.
My gut says
I'll
he's
go with
not.
the
I don't know
over
what
at
you think, Matt.
42. I'll go with the
I've
over
heard
at
otherwise. I've heard Baker is going to
Well,
try
I
to
know
push
that's
it
what
this
he
weekend.
says, but he also said last week he could play if they needed
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
they were
like
playing the Broncos last week, not the Steelers, man.
I agree.
They would have
I just-
rushed him into a Thursday night game and not saved him for
Well,
a game
and
against a
it is
divisional opponent.
because he is
that
in
they
the
wanna
last
beat.
year of a contract too. So they don't have him
I
locked
think
up
they
past the
play
year.
him on. I'll take the over. I'll go over 42.
Over 42. I don't mind that pick. Over 42.
Maybe
I
that
could just
running back
see-
they had play on Thursday
The-
night against the Broncos can throw too, and they'll have him play QB.
Yeah.
That
The
fucking
Steelers,
guy can do it
Dearness
all.
Johnson.
Yeah, that
He
motherfucker.
had a good
dude.
game last week too.
That fucking hat we're
Yeah.
having is just so good.
it's starting to itch, man, is the problem. But the
Yeah, you probably got
Steelers-
lice
I
from
don't know how
goddamn
people
good
used to wear
luck.
these fucking wool hats, man.
You're
What
gonna
the
have to
fuck?
shave your head before Halloween because you got fucking lice.
I thought you were tipping your cap to me, man. I thought you were like,
But-
"Ugh."
He's all proud of his $14
Yeah.
outfit over here.
Getting back down to
Until he
brass
gets
tacks.
lice.
Getting back down to brass tacks. The Steelers, as much as I rip on Big Ben for being washed up, which I think he is, the Steelers still always manage those like couple big plays a game to a
They do.
Claypool or a Deontay Johnson that allow them to score, anywhere from 17 to 24 points. So
Yeah.
if we're looking at the over of 42, the over does seem kind of tasty in this game. But my pick is Steelers plus 3.5. And I just think this is a big time Mike Tomlin game.
Yeah,
Whether
I
it's
got
Baker
you.
or Keenum, the Steelers defense comes in. I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers force 3 turnovers in this game and just win it the Steelers way, the Mike
Yeah,
Tomlin way.
I
Just
got you there.
feels like that week.
Could be a Najee Harris afternoon where they kind of just
Yeah.
run it through them.
Yeah. Again, I don't have much faith in the Steelers
Yeah.
offense. It's just I could see them winning an ugly game, making those big splash plays.
Yeah, bro.
So Jimmy, you took the over, right?
Yep.
Yeah, under. Here
God.
it comes.
Nope, fuck that. I'm going Browns.
Oh yeah.
I'll take the points even. I'm not gonna go money line. I'll the 3.5, right? That's what it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if we're all going on the hypothetical Baker plays. If Baker plays, Chubb's back, Jarvis and Odell are back, plus the guys that are Donovan People-Jones, kind of the people that have emerged in the meantime. The Browns are one of the best run defenses in the league. And yeah, the Steelers like to run, but their O-line sucks. So no matter how good Najee Harris is, you're like forcing Big Ben to throw with Myles Garrett and Clowney coming at him. I'll take that all day.
So Why are people all of a sudden saying the Browns defense is good? Because wasn't there
It's
only
not.
recent
It's
good
not.
game recently against the
Their run
Broncos?
defense is good. Their
That
run
last
defense
week?
is good.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a hell of a
everybody
performance against a powerhouse of an offense.
But
Teddy
again,
Two
they
Gloves
see a
doesn't
bunch of
fuck around.
sacks and they see a bunch of pass rush, and they equate that to secondary success.
It is
Yeah.
essentially though. I
and
mean,
it's-
in a big game that
Right.
can
It
factor in.
I just
Sacks.
Denzel Ward is one of the better corners in the league.
Yeah, I know.
For the
Ward is a
Browns.
beast, man. Yeah. But again, I guess they don't have the safeties and shit. Like I don't
And
know.
they
their
have that.
whole-
What is it? Ayahuasca.
They
The
got-
guy out of Notre Dame, the rookie. He kind of
yeah,
plays.
he will
like,
not be playing this weekend. He's hurt.
Yeah.
But it's
So,
kind of like
Owusu
Dallas. Like if you
Koromoa.
have a good corner and you
I
have
knew
a
you'd
good
know.
you have a good D line and a good either a corner or a safety or a like a D lineman with a combination of that, like the Rams have with Ramsey
Yeah.
and a D lineman. Like if you have that with Ward and then they have Garrett, it's like, man, that is the combination for a good defense. Because then like half the field shut down and you're getting a rush on. All you need is another guy to step up. So I don't know.
I haven't seen it yet from the Browns defense. I know Myles Garrett is probably one of the best defensive ends in the league.
That's what we're told.
But I just haven't seen them. I haven't watched the Browns game and been like, man, their defense is flying all over the place.
He was beating someone's ass with a helmet one time.
Yeah.
It's a desire.
I know
to
he's
win. I can respect that.
I know he's kind of a co-chairman of the Water Boys with my boy Chris Long and the Green Light podcast.
Yeah.
Which is a great listen if you're looking for
Did
another
you hear
football pod.
So he's gone 3 games.
All they need is this.
Sleeveless. He's gone 3 games sleeveless. Every time he's gone sleeveless, the NFL sends a drug test to him the next day.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. Yeah.
That's because he's
hilarious.
that fucking jacked.
They're like, hey, he didn't wear sleeves, another fucking drug test.
So he goes, the sleeveless days are retired. He's like, I'll never do it again.
Yeah. Again, he's going to turn into JJ Watt. You work out too hard, you end up injuring yourself, man.
I was delivering.
You ever seen that guy on the basketball court? He's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I have seen that.
I delivered for DoorDash and I was sleeveless and they sent me like a cup.
They can't put you out with more than 2 pizzas.
They do. Well, no, they saw though, and they were like, somebody reported me.
They reported you for the BO stench on their food.
No. They were like, this guy's got to be on something, dude.
The pizza smelled like weed when it got here.
Like
that'd be the least of my worries. I'd be like, was it the right company?
You spilled a little beer on it. It was wet.
Yeah. Oh, fuck them, man.
All right. Let's take a quick break. Let's wrap up part 1 there. We'll be right back with you guys. We got 4 more games to bet, and then we got, our locks of the week, fantasy players, first red zone touchdown, all that good stuff.
Yeah, this is what people want to hear right here.
We'll be right back with it.